Good. Are we on? I guess the spaces are off. I'm on. I'm on here. I'm on now. It's here. It's now. It's live. It's happening. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is indeed Sunday. I'm here to make coffee with you, to have coffee with you, and to make mirth and good conversation and good fun times. I'm not in my normal locations. I'm in New York. I have a family wedding to go to. So that's what I'm doing. I'm popping in. The wedding's today. I'm going to wear a suit, and then I'll pop out because we have a dynamite in Boston. Let's get a look at these fun to wear. They're just diesel. They're gray, and you get the gist. Maybe I can just hang this on the lip of the chair like this. That's classy. All right, there we go. You got the gist. And I will say, as I will urge everyone to do probably for the rest of my life, if you have not already, go watch the latest AEW with my special guest, Minoru Suzuki. It is everything I could ever hope for, imagine. It blew away my expectations. I can't believe we got him, and then I can't believe it was that. So go watch it. And just be amazed. Go watch it, go like it, go share it. The Japanese AEW Twitter has tweeted about it. Things are happening. International relations. It is a video that if you live on the other side of the globe, you can get a completely different takeaway of the interview. It's incredible. I don't know what to say. I'm amazed by the man, along with being horrified and intimidated and fearful of the man. But that I knew going in. Yeah, I mean, if we had to ever send one for an Emmy, I think it should be this episode. Go watch it, go like it, go share it, go comment, all that shit. Social thing, that whole thing happening. Let's talk to people. Matt D has been a member for 1 month. Congratulations to you. And what a great month it has been. Thanks for everything, Archie. I'll give you some money in a second. Okay. Oh, here's Matt D. I'm watching the new Hey W as I type this. Truly hilarious as usual. And it is I need to put this up and this. Okay, that's better. Truly hilarious as usual. It is my new favorite. 60-second scene request. Orson Welles meeting with a female friend and wondering, is this a sex thing? Just lovely to see you, number one. Yes. And number two, I was wondering if perhaps that fornication was precipitated, if you had any premonitions. When someone, you see, comes in with preconceived notions of copulation, what have you, and excuse me, this is not, is this when a man, when I sat, my parents were dignitaries and they took me for lunch. There was also a time that Ernest Hemingway once said to me, the bend of a woman's flesh is not, you see, and that's the problem with cinema these days, is that so many times, look, I just want a hand job. And scene. Who could forget that great Orson Welles catchphrase? I hope that worked for you, Matt. Matt has another question. If Don Knotts were a wrestler, what would his finisher be? Oh, the Bud Nipper. And I think it would be a nerve pinch. I'll just grab him. on the trapezius. Okay, that's enough out of me for today. I'll annoy you in the comments of your videos throughout the week as usual. Fantastic. Thank you, Max. Sean said, hey, occulties, good morning, RJ. Minoru Suzuki was a delight, even if the only word I understood was Nani. I didn't even understand that, and it could mean anything to me. Sean said, we just had a tornado warning issued in New England. Yeah, it was quite blustery here today. It's going to be a gloomy wedding. So I may be in and out of the chat. It's okay. My Twitter went out on my phone just as I was posting about, hey, I'm in spaces. Is this a lost cause at this point? It's usually for people to call in. It just makes it easier. So I wanted to be available, but whatever. It's like having a can and a string on a Viking ship. Sean has a request, a stormy song, a song about storms. Okay. Well, there's riders on the storm. Blue skies, raining, clouds, thunder, lightning. Mm, mm. Well, let's do the opposite. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter pat and a happy tune is your step? Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the rain with my blues on parade, but now I'm not afraid because this rover crossed over. And if I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller with gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. There was rain. There was walking in rain and pitter pat. I think that counts. Red Dog says, shout out to OK Gamer and everyone from the chat. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. I better hurry the fuck up. Jesus. Best. Red Dog says, hi to everyone. Mikey has been a member for 13 months, and he said, how long did it take Suzuki to learn Shaloub? My understanding is he first saw him in the film Paulie and then took off from there. Amanda said good morning. Molly said good morning. Dorothy said good morning. Kevin said good Sunday. My favorite Wings actor was Thomas Hayden Church. Save that for your Hey W, Kevin. Mike said good morning. Emma, Mia, Josh, Christine, Sammy Cat, Mass Sanity. Amanda said, I'm downtown Cleveland riding my scooter, but I will be listening. What an experience. Carl said good morning, afternoon. Josh said live in New York. If RJ needs a good place to take a nap, I once slept in a waiting room of a Hard Rock Cafe and no one bothered me. And that's the joy. Come to the Hard Rock. Well, no one will ever bother you. Mia said, Mia has a wonderful request. Oh, for Christine, Mia is making a request on behalf of Christine. So whatever Christine wants, because she made Mia a Hey W bumper sticker. Adorable. Steven said, good morning. Jose said, I'm a legend, dudes. Steven said, I'll be at Collision this Saturday in Jersey. Good for you. And furthermore, congratulations to Ricky Starks and Willow. And I love that Ricky Starks just ripped that trophy away from Jushin Thunder Liger because, it's not about him. Matt said, Meat Mountain. Okay. Sammy said, I'm at my boyfriend's, just made my coffee, but my cream that he keeps here definitely went bad. Oy vey. Oy vey indeed. Speaking of, I have this little, I tried it just because it's here, but it's so thick. It's a mocha cold brew. It's like drinking a chocolate shake. Not my favorite. Amanda said, I can't wait to see pictures from the wedding. Leo said, do you think we can get an AW restaurant like a WCW Grill or WWF New York? Yes, in Jacksonville. And it's just sandwiches made by the butcher. Ronnie Rosenberg said, I stopped catching up on Collision to see you in your underwear. What does that say about me? It's that you have varied tastes. Manuel said, do you still have a dream New Japan wrestler to have as a guest on Hey? Oh my God. Well, Toru Yano, who completely ignored all my attempts to contact him. Okada, of course, but how can you do better than Minoru Suzuki? Typo said, welcome back and good morning. Nail said, good morning. Where are we? Come on, I put it in the title. EJO said, what's the best sushi? I stopped really having that much sushi. And then some days, on cheat days, I'll get it like a big boat. And those always make me feel good. I like a Dynamite. I like the crunch of the tempura. I need a little. I used to have, I think they were like chicken avocado rolls. And I thought they were delicious. Mike said, afternoon, RJ from London, England. I will see you soon, Mike. Razor said, please someone translate that. Clarence said, hi, RJ. I'm coming home to New York August 3rd for a month of homecoming. God bless. For the 6th season premiere of Clarence in His House, New York City style. That's how I do. That's how I live my life. New York City style. Simon said, good morning. Maureen said, man, did I get it with his sock collection or what? Minoru Suzuki has some fabulous socks. Carly said good morning. Zubin said good morning. Josh said Tony Shalhoub. Gene said hello. Neon said, RJ, you're still alive. Everyone thought the whole show was ending because people were talking about how much I'm going to get murdered. Sammy said, probably the best Hey ever. Matt said Tony Shalhoub. Poe Girl said, I can't wait to watch. Ronnie said, what's Suzuki's favorite sitcom TV theme? Well, I'm not with him right now, so I can't ask. Mia said, RJ has been working out. Look at that booty. Okay. Leo said, who is your favorite Osmond brother? Haley Joel. Yolanda said, good morning, fam. Shield Wald said, I legitimately raised my arms in triumph when he said, Tony Shalhoub. So Sierra with a wonderful tribute. Dear Lord, I will be having 2 root canals on your actual birthday, so here is some money. Oh, my God. So Sierra does some wonderful work on behalf of me. And she splits it with me because she's a gem and a delight. And enjoy your root canal. Like, good luck. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Roger said, "Oh yeah, this is my birthday on Tuesday. I forgot about that. I'll be in Boston. Boston. I don't think I've even been to Boston before. What is there to do? It doesn't matter. I'll be in my hotel, just collecting free tea bags or something." Roger said, "Recovering from COVID, and RJ is slurring in a German accent. Fiance and I are very confused. This might still be the COVID. I think it is. Great. The $100 super chat will absolutely upstage me. I still got to you, Roger. Relax." Oh, Kurt said my new catchphrase. That's brisk, baby. It's catching on. It's coming back. Josh said there are some pretty good bumpers from PBS where Orson Welles is talking about how much he loves Buster Keaton. And you see, the thing about Buster Keaton was that he was very physical, you see. And he would do physical comedy. And don't make them like Buster Keaton anymore. And then he would just chew on a cigar. Josh Wilson said, Nani is what? He said that a lot. Well, that makes sense. Nails is a wonderful tribute. Happy almost birthday. And Rob, too, I suppose. No one gives a shit about Rob at this point. He can have his own stream. Pogirl said, good luck. So Sierra, this is not about me. Kurt said, I'm working out in my AW shirt. God bless. Nail said, I have a tornado watch here on Long Island, too. Never had one before. And now I've fallen so behind in the chat. There we go. It's raining. Had to go all the way back just for that. Sandwich said, I woke up late, but I can't wait to watch the Suzuki after this. You can just go watch it right now. It's fantastic. It's worth pausing me for. You're not going to miss anything here. Joseph said, good morning from New Jersey. SM said, he's in a good mood. Leo said, what did Dirty Sanchez use for poo? I'm not going to answer that question. Sammy said, I live for Sunday Serenades from Marjorie City. Matt Sandy has been a member for 12 months. I'm celebrating 1 year as a member. Thank you to Christine for the initial gift membership. She peer pressured him into this. You try one and then you can't get out. Joseph said, my best friend wants to retire Minoru Suzuki. Well, good fucking best friend. Squirrel Squad said, I love that Suzuki's Instagram is mostly his love for his sand socks. I know he is an eclectic man. SM, it's wonderful. Has been a member for 38 months and had happy birthday week. This isn't my birthday week. Next week is my birthday week. Get it together. Weeks don't start on Sundays. I'm not one of those fucking people. Notorious GIV said, David Arquette is the greatest world champion ever. You can't change my mind. Okay. Good luck. It's your mind. You have to live with it. Stein said, I just created an RJ City for Fight Forever, and I used him in the Casino Battle Royal and the Poker Chip Collector game. I'm trying to unlock all the mini games, and I'm on my way, and I like them. Emma said, I found your email about my t-shirt order in my spam folder this morning, so apparently Gmail thinks you're a bot. I don't blame them. I will endeavor to buy more shirts. I also say good for you. AKA Baldy, who's been a member for 13 months. He just wrote Mauve Beret. Miss Sandy said, I liked your comment on the recent Allison Rosen podcast, which you can listen to now, and it's also on her YouTube, where you said that your appearances are basically commentaries about your previous appearances. They really are. The life has gotten too meta, and now I'm just talking about things I've already done, and one day that's going to catch up to me. Nell said, I have a sore throat today, so I'm cranky. Not sure if it's germs or from shrieking when Josh Alexander returned last night. Are you one of those people who yells at the television? Just watch it in silence and think what you're supposed to feel like everyone else. Carly said, hey, RJ, good morning from New Jersey. Your mama said, I know you're an aunt, but can I call you my wife? No, thank you. Rod has a request for a 60-second scene. Physical therapist trying to help Danhausen exercise and heal. Okay. Danhausen's physical therapist. And begin. Okay. What did you come in here for today? Okay. And you injured that wrestling, right? What about your back? Well, it's just really it's curved. It's almost like your chest is like it's concaved, you know. it's like a candy dish here because you're so hunched over. I could put M&Ms there, and you could lie at my front door when I have people over. Well, I just think that's really the issue here. I mean, it's one arm versus a whole back. So my advice to you can you stand up at all straight? You look like you're looking for change. Okay. Well, at this point, I might just have to break your back, but in the fun way. You know what I mean? It's not okay. And what's up with your hands? Well, they're very. You have if I find the name on a chart, it's a Mr. Burns-like posture. Let me put it that way. And I think it could be rectified. It certainly needs to be rectified. Your hands and your wrists and that whole thing. What do you do when you're not here? Might I suggest getting a bigger blimp? And scene. Danhausen's physical therapist. Josh said, "What? Who is this guy?" says Suzuki. Christine said, "I was wondering if Minoru Suzuki bought you some Stan swag. He did not come bearing gifts." Your mama said, "I love how far behind RJ is in chat." I'm trying my best. Fuck. I'm catching up. I'm not far behind. Pogirl said, "Oh, a wonderful Sixers tribute. A very happy unbirthday to you." Thank you, Pogirl. Mia said, "Ask Matt Taven what to do in Boston." He's probably like, "Oh, we can just go to nightclubs." I was like, "I don't want to go. You have to wear purple to get in." I don't need that. Queen of the Ring said, "Good morning. Great job holding it together in front of Murder Grandpa. Glad he also thinks Andre was hot." I mean, then you got to respect it. Then when somebody of that ilk says Andre the Giant's attractive, you got to go, absolutely. And if you are interested in Japanese people of the female variety, you can watch Church of Joshi today at 12 on the Church of Joshi Twitch. Click around, you'll find it. You know how this shit works. Roger said, "I'm relaxed. How dare I doubt flagellation for the both of us?" What? Carly said, "Just put this on my TV. It's a totally different experience, and I love it." Oh, it's cinema. The fucking people who say it's the shit is cinema are so fucking annoying because, I don't know, why don't I just watch a movie? How hard is it to watch a movie that something else has to be cinema? Are you watching it going, "I hope this is a movie"? And it's not a movie at all. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Almighty Scorpion said, "My birthday is Wednesday. Happy early birthday to the both of us." Christine said, "My Mia sponsor request is For the Longest Time or Vienna, whichever Billy Joel you prefer." Oh my God. Okay. Both require an automatic singing. Maybe I'll do Vienna if it was faster. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me why you're still so afraid. What's the fire? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in the day. I'll speed it up a little. And you know that when the truth is told that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You gotta kick off before you even get halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? And then I'll do the last chorus again. And you know that when the truth is told that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You gotta kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? And it's about a girl who likes sausage, I think. A solid request, Christine. Well done. Dorothy said, "Any chance for a sing-off between you and MJF? You would surely win." Probably not, Dorothy. Okay, Gamer has been a member for 35 wonderful months and a consistent well hi to you too. James said, "Wouldn't it be funny if Minister says, 'Does anyone object to the wedding?' and no one steps up and somebody randomly says, 'That's brisk, baby.'" That's a good idea, James. Maureen said, "It's foggy in Santa Cruz." I'm so happy to be a conduit for everybody's weather reports. Let's see what the tweets say. Oh shit. What happened here? Did I? I'm still in here. Okay, I'm trying to see what the tweets say. What the hell is wrong? There we go. One tweet said, "Shoes without socks is way too provocative. I'm an ankle guy. I had to have it hanging out. What do you want from me?" Christine said, well, hi to OK Gamer and to Orson, and I trust that Orson is doing well. Leo said, what about people that have a birthday month? They're sick. They're sociopathic. Sammy said, I just found out you're only a year older than me. Are you telling me I look like shit, Sammy? Matt said, hi, Christine. Nice to see you in the screams. Leo wants to know if I will invite Roseanne Barr on Hey W. Oh, she's just so brave. She makes comedy dangerous again by saying stupid things loudly. It's comedy is dangerous again. Jesus. Christine said, I yell at the TV because it doesn't yell back. That's a good rule of thumb. Leo said, I heard when Danhausen poos in public, he does it with the cubicle door wide open, and he yells at people for walking by. Rob said, the only thing I yell at is my GPS, because Rob lives in 2006. Neil said, I'm already cranky, and we are encouraging him to slander Slanderhausen. Joseph said, I feel like part of Danhausen's problem is that he got stuck in black and white, and there's no way of getting out. A real Pleasantville experience for Danhausen. Shauna has been married for 26 months, said, happy Sunday at all. Happy not quite birthday to RJ. It has really been 26 months already. It's been quite a journey. Leo said, how do you feel about bananas and sandwiches? Not very well. Dr. Joey Magnum said, RJ, love the Suzuki episode. Thank you. You can go watch it now. Go watch it, like it, share it, all that bullshit. Mia said, are you going to watch the Barbie movie? I've not seen like a recent movie in maybe the past 5 years. Kurt said, I really admired you on Allison's podcast some time ago. You held her accountable for being late after Tony Khan gave her free tickets to AW in LA. Thank you for not thinking I'm the crazy one. Nail said, people say cinema because they ran out of ways to say, wow, I like this. Which is like, similar with wine and shit. Like wine, they came out with a list of ways to describe shit. Because my theory is nobody actually likes wine. It doesn't taste very good. And people just like talking about how it doesn't taste good and finding other words for it. Rob said, Gina said, good morning. I finally got my Wrestle Ants shirt, which you can get at shopaw.com. And I ordered the wrong size. Looks like RJ will get all my money because I will be buying a second one. That's because you fucked up, Gina. You don't know your own size. My suggestion would be to give it to someone you love. Rob said, I swear, we all log on each Sunday for RJ to verbally eviscerate the people who love him the most. We're like battered spouses, but in a fun way. Maureen said, but the real question is, what about pineapple on pizza? Why has this not bored society yet? Is my question. Matt said, Rob's just saying that because Nails beats him ruthlessly. Great. We need that kind of talk here. That's important. There we go. Candy says, a little something since I didn't get your drawings mailed out in time for your birthday. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. And thank you to everyone who's been doing wonderful art and posting it. I will repost as much as I can, obviously. Gee, people certainly liked drawing pictures of me sitting in front of my sign that was on fire. That seemed to really resonate with people. Really nice tip for everyone. Rod said, did you get to sing the Canadian National Anthem anywhere on the tour? No, I did not. The Canadian tour is now over. And I didn't do one Air Canada. I flew Air Canada. I didn't do O Canada. I'm also, I will say, Boston, available to do God Bless America, old canceled Kate Smith style. Poe Girl said it's foggy in Michigan today, too. Sammy said, I'm saying we both look phenomenal. Sure you are. Mia said, I guess I'm crazy. I celebrate my birthday month. Yeah, Mia, that's fucked up. You got to stop it. Josh said, if Danhausen has been Pleasantville, does that make him William H. Macy's character? I think it makes him the shoveler from Mystery Men. Rod said, are hot dogs and tacos both in the sandwich family? No. And the reason it's not a sandwich is because a hot dog is on a bun. There's a specific bun, and I feel like the fact that the bread is linked makes it not a sandwich. Similarly, I would say for tacos. That's just me. That's my opinion. That's the way I live my life. But, comedy is dangerous again. Kurt said, do we know what age RJ is going to be? I don't know. Kurt, do you? Positively, he said, how old is RJ? He doesn't have a Wikipedia. You will not know how old I am until I have a fucking Wikipedia. I think that's fair. Paul said, Everything I see you in, you have such great chemistry. Are there any interviews or interactions available online where you feel like it went poorly? Well, even the ones that went poorly, I feel like I knew that going in, and that's part of the fun. I'm trying to think of something that's like, well, that's horrible. Obviously, they're not all, we can sit and compare them and whatever, but I don't, it's not always about having the best episode. You have a collection of a bunch of different episodes. Listen, if you find me on like doing a wrestling podcast somewhere from 3 years ago and later, chances are it's not very good. So you can go look those up and enjoy them for sure. Josh said, if you run out of ways to describe things, the antidote is to read more. That's not happening now. Leo has a 60-second scene request. Dan House is doing a poo in public with cubicle door wide open, yelling at people walking by. All right, just sit down here. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? What are you looking at? I know. Can't you see what I'm doing? You're not supposed to be looking at it. You shouldn't be seeing what I'm doing. I'll curse you. Well, all right. Well, do you have any paper? Yes. No. This paper's no good. Excuse me. Do you have a bidet? Does anyone have a bidet housing? Ah, yes. Ah. Ah, do you? How dare you? Okay. Jesus, that was horrible. That was horrible. That was like it's literally, it should not be a 60-second scene. That's like one joke over 10 seconds. Jesus. Come on, Leo. Get it together. Nelson, did Slappy Grandpappy break the on-air sign? No, he did not. That sign, the back of it, the battery pack, is now being held together with tape from when Athena smashed it. So it's actually it has character to it now. Typo said, somewhere around 35, because I'm also about the same age and it makes me feel strange about it. Dr. Joey said, dumb question. Have you watched Peacemaker? No, I have not. No, I will not. Because the character Vigilante reminds me of you, and the way you speak, and he sort of looks like you. Well, I'm not going to fucking watch it. I'm sorry. Maureen said, what size underpants do you wear? I'd say medium, if that works. Gene said, so did MJF turn Hey W into Fire Sign Theater? Really good stuff. Leo said, who's the most recent musical artist you have listened to? Oh, probably Fat Joe. Reverend Benjamin Power said, if this doesn't lead to at least one vignette of Suzuki and RJ in some smoky mahjong parlor with some odd couple energy, I think we're missing out on the benefits of the forbidden door being open. I did my best. I ran through that door. James said, in a perfect world, I'd nominate you, RJ, as the new spokesman for Lipton Brisk Iced Tea. That's brisk, baby. Nail said, I fully hate the pineapple and pizza question, along with the hot dog sandwich crap, and saying you hate the word moist. They're brought up constantly. So unoriginal, especially when brochure is right there. Sammy said, tragedy is when I stub my toe. Comedy is when you fall into a manhole and die. Josh said, I just watched the one with you with David and Alicia Atut. What's the chemistry with her? Okay, fair. Typo said, have you tried to say to Adam Cole, that's brisk, baby? No, but I will. Kurt said, similar to encouraging Allison Rosen to be on time in the future, I respect your opinion of Mark Ruffalo. That's a personal grievance. You're a good friend, RJ. God, fuck Mark Ruffalo, said Nail. Mia said, he looks so serious when he's using the bathroom. Bidet Hausen. Maureen said, that was really funny. Josh said, RJ Hausen versus Dan City. What? Nail said, at least it wasn't a dodgy opinion one. Bidet Hausen. Sammy spit out their coffee. Kurt said, contemplative RJ thinking of a negative interview he had while holding a mug where he's positively glowing. The juxtaposition be thy name. But even the bad interviews, like there were so many podcasts that were just people who really shouldn't have podcasts. And I always took them as a fun opportunity to just enjoy myself. I don't know what else to say. So I even think, even in those bad ones, I don't mind sitting in it. You know what I mean? Mia said he does not like long underpants either. That's true. Let me get away from this here. Sammy said, I was not expecting Fat Joe. Leo said, I think you will look like Tommy Wiseau when you get old. I think I'll look like Nick Cave. Nell said, Adam Cole, babe. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So rude of me. Thanks to Adam Cole and Max for getting me that new Hey sign. We put it to good use. Suzuki certainly respected the sign. I think the precedent has been set that, you know, guys like MJF and Adam Cole stood by the sign and said, hey, we're going to make things right. And I really, really appreciate that about them. Nick said, very drunk. Just come home from a night out. Just wanted to say you're fucking hilarious. I don't know where you are in the world, Nick. I don't know what time it is where you are, but God bless you. And thank you. Dr. Joey said, was the Suzuki episode the happiest ending to a AEW since Jeff Jarrett? The Jamie Hayter one, I think, had a happy ending. Yeah, maybe it was. Although the Jeff ending was the happiest. And now Karen's there. We have to get all the Jarretts back now. Christine said, I can't do my love bomb because my credit card company is stupid. We'll make up for it. Promise. Christine, take it easy. Have you maxed everything out? Don't make yourself destitute over this. You've done more than enough. Leo said, fiancé is a much worse word than most. Also, this particular pronunciation, anchovy. Carly said, I just started listening to your podcast, RJ, and it's great. Thank you, Carly. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. The actual podcast, the more content one, thank you. Neil said, someone always thinks RJ and his guests give off odd couple vibes. Perhaps RJ is the odd one. When they always say, oh, you have chemistry. Maybe it's just me. MSRT76 said, happy soon-to-be birthday. Thank you. Pepinasco said, I love your job. Thank you again. Christine said, can I use this for a request? Christine's been a member for 23 months. If so, in honor of Rob's upcoming birthday, please say nice things about him in your Sebastian Maniscalco voice. Have you seen this guy named Rob? And he's married to a woman called Nails in New York because, get this, she's got nails in New York. Do you see what I'm saying? And you click on her Instagram. Everybody's texting with their Instagram. She does it with her nails. And then she sits there, she watches things, and they make a thing called a GIF. Or is it a GIF? What are we going to do? Is a hot dog a sandwich with these people? Happy birthday to Rob in New York, who's probably going to be in Nails in New York. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope that's enough, Rob. Happy birthday. That's scripts, baby. John said, Suzuki is a cuddly teddy bear. Sure. James said, if someone can jump out of a cake for your birthday, living or deceased, who would it be? Oh, boy. I'd like to see a dead David Niven just flop out of the cake. Josh said, not to belittle him now, but my God, young Suzuki was a handsome devil. I did have a question that I took out for time. And it was talking about how he's been like every version of handsome. You know what I mean? He's now this, I think he's still very handsome, but obviously a different handsome to when he was younger. Leo said, are you going to have a mulleted tit Theo Von on AEW? You know what? He follows me on Instagram and on Threads. I think it's because David was on his show once. And he might have mentioned me, and then he might have followed me. It's always hard to you want to go. Do you want to go on those shows, those podcasts that like you don't like? Like, is it worth it? The answer is no. To go on a podcast and then criticize that podcast, probably not. Blue Meanie is here and said, good morning, folks. Good morning to you, Mr. Meanie. Neil said, RJ has chemistry with everyone. Today was essentially a one-man show, depending on where you live, Neil. Mia said, I love when he said, welcome to the program. Everyone's saying good morning to Blue Meanie, and they're continuing to say it, and I've lost my place. Kurt said the Nick Cave documentary 20,000 Days on Earth is wonderful, but I think you will look much better than him. I think I have a better diet. Mia said this is fucking amazing. Josh said, "Oh, gabagoo." Marvin said, "Greetings from the Caribbean, RJ. You do an amazing job. Keep doing what you do best." Thank you, Marvin. Lee Grant, great name. Rob said, "Holy fuck, my head hurts from laughing." Leo said, "A deceased person jumping out of a cake is a horrible image." Yeah, but it is great. One of my favorite moments is from Addams Family Values, when I think there's supposed to be a stripper in the cake for Fester's bachelor party. And now for the pièce de résistance. And Gomez goes, ta-da, and nothing. And then he goes, oh yeah, and then Fester goes, and Raul Julia goes again, ta-da, and then nothing, and there's Lurch. And so he baked the cake. I can't remember the line now. It's going to bother me. I have to watch it later. Anyway, he baked the stripper in the cake. And then Gomez just goes, "C'est la vie," which is the right response when someone passes away. Mia also said, "Happy birthday to my dad on Tuesday." Not my dad, Mia's dad. Positively E said, "Young Suzuki is hot as fuck. He does those haircuts, according to Alex, who learned how to cut them from Suzuki himself." Isn't that nice? Look at the shit you're learning. Gene said, "George Romero's Cake of the Dead." Really nice. Really nice touch there. You should be very proud of it. Let's look on Twitter. There's somebody who wrote, "ADW Fan Hub wants to know, how do you take your coffee, RJ City?" Well, under normal circumstances, I have it black. This I mixed with that mocha shit I have here now. I hate it. It's the worst of both worlds. Neil said, "Anyway, he baked the stripper in the cake." That's one for today's sign. How have you not seen that, Nails? I think that's what you guys should do for Rob's birthday. Watch the Addams Family Values. Leo said, "There's a joke in The Simpsons where they bring Grandpa a cake with an old lady inside and she faints before she can jump out." It's a great gag. Mia said, "Great people are born on 7/18. Just me, Al Snow, and Nelson Mandela," which is why we're all so similar. The Reverend Benjamin Powers says, "It's kind of tradition for wrestlers who come to Boston to go to Kowloon. I don't even know how to fucking say it. Benjamin, can you write that phonetically? Highly recommend it as a restaurant stop." Why? Just because other wrestlers go there? Haven't you realized if a bunch of wrestlers do one thing, I'm probably going to do the opposite? Because the answer is usually, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Nell said, "Where's the coffee announcement you said to look out for? It is on its way. It's round in the corner, baby. You just got to wait." Candy said, "The Addams Family movies are so great." They really are. Benjamin said, "Kowloon." Thank you. That's so much easier to say when I read it like that. Josh said, "I share a birthday with Matt Berry." That's fun. Kurt said, "Gun to your head, Martin Short or Steve Martin?" Martin Short. It's not really that hard. I don't know. Steve got so serious that fucking period. It's like, we got it. Benjamin Power said, "Kowloon has the best crab rangoon ever." Because you know how high that is on my list. Oh, Kowloon, the owner of it, a guy by the name of Andy Wong, is a huge wrestling fan. Well, I'm sure he will not be familiar with my work. Nail said he's catching up. I'm stressed. Rod said, "What's your favorite Christopher Lloyd role?" I do really think it's Fester. It's one of those roles that you forget is him. And lest we forget, we always forget to mention this, he was the homeless child abductor in Dennis the Menace. I don't know how they got him. I don't know why they got him. He's one of those guys who doesn't seem too picky, but then he'll murder every role. He's the one where you go, you know what? Like, take something that's shit and make it good because you're in it. You know? Don't rely on people to be good. You be good and then you lift the tides or whatever. Gina has gifted 5 memberships. That's so sweet. John, Benjamin, Squirrel, CJ, Sean, and Saeed have been gifted memberships. Isn't that exciting? Dr. Joey said, "I have a recommendation for you, RJ. Look up Garth Marenghi's Dark Place." Don't give me this shit. I've seen that. Mike said the very under role of his is the Dream Team. Kendi said that role in Dennis the Menace scared the crap out of me as a kid. It's incredibly disgusting. Squirrel said, I love Dennis the Menace movie. Sean said, I quote him going, get out of there all the time. Matt Sandy said, I don't think Christopher Lloyd is appreciated nearly as much as he should be. Definitely wasted him for a period there. Pogro said, some people actually carry a movie. David Arquette is one of those people. Sure he is. Again, I'll recommend it because it is so good. Go watch Mrs. Davis on Peacock. David's in it, but not too much. Joe said, Christopher Lloyd in Camp Nowhere was one of my favorite roles. Like, that shit is stupid. Benjamin said Professor Plum and Clue. That whole Clue movie is really, really misguided. I think we can say that now. Rob said, I always thought Christopher Lloyd could be great in a Guy Ritchie film. He could have done serious, but I think he knows where the bread is buttered. He doesn't need that shit. He let him sleepwalk through shit. Oh my God. James Vanderbeek said, I like Christopher Lloyd in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. How the fuck did I forget that? What a fantastic role. SM said, can we please get Tony Khan to wear his cowboy hat next time he's on AEW? I have definitely a second interview written for him, and I thought maybe we have to get him back. I was looking at maybe getting him for Double or Nothing a couple months ago because I thought that's like the 1 year anniversary of me having him on the show. Oh, no, he was the second episode. So I thought, Revolution, that's what I meant to say. But then there's so many other people we have to get through. I'm doing the best I can. No rush, Max. Leo said, did Graham Linehan have a part in Dark Place? If so, avoid. I don't know who these canceled people are. I don't have the most recent list. Rod said, how would child abduction work with a homeless guy? Where would he keep them? Well, Rod, if you saw Dennis the Menace, he kept him under a bridge and built a nice fire pit for him. Mia said, have you been to Detroit? Any places you recommend visiting? I've been to Detroit a million fucking times. There's a wonderful restaurant called Anna's House. They're littered all over the city. There's a place called Checker Bar, and above it, they have a really good old school arcade, which I like. The Heidelberg Project is very good. It's good to go down by the water and walk. I'm trying to think what else. Ferndale. It's not in Detroit. It's maybe 20 minutes from Detroit. It's this wonderful little town, and they have a Ferndale. They have like a market, and they have vintage stores. It's a happening place. Also, are you asking me because you're going to SummerSlam? If you are, I say skip that fucking show. Old Wrestling is going to be in Detroit that weekend. Go to Old Wrestling, 100%. Please give them all the money you're going to spend on the other show. Trust me. You will lose your shit. Sammy said, I always remember Christopher Lloyd eating that can of beans in Dennis the Menace. He was terrifying in that movie. He really was. We need to take a moment and go back. And what happened to that Dennis the Menace kid? You get one bowl cut and it scars you for the rest of your career. And Walter Matthau turning in a tour de force. Dr. Joey said, fantastic. I need you to get Tony Khan to recreate the intro to Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. Rod said, what does a yellow light mean? Is one of the all-time best TV scenes. Of course, Rod is talking about the TV show Taxi, which is one of the hottest casts of all time. Maybe tied with Wings. Yolanda said, I agree with Fester, but I did watch him do a fabulous job, Christopher Lloyd, playing a veteran who stole a Purple Heart at NCIS. I would love to go back. I've missed so many Law and Orders with serious or comedic actors playing creeps. I really would enjoy seeing more of that. Gina said, Christine, a wonderful Fuchsia tribute. Christine usually gives memberships. I figured I would help out today since her credit card sucks. Also, happy early birthday, RJ. Thank you, Gina. That is so sweet of you. Saeed said, hey, RJ, what was the last movie you saw in a theater? Oh, my God. It's been so very long. I think it was honestly, and it might have been like 2 years ago, during the pandemic, I saw the Sparks documentary. And thank God for the pandemic. So I was like the only person in the movie theater. And it was great. The pandemic had some benefits, being able to watch a movie by yourself. That was a good one. But there's a bunch more that I do want to see in theaters. Nothing new. Oh, actually, never mind. I would like to see Asteroid City just because it looks pretty. I don't even know if those movies are ever really good. What else? These shit like Goodfellas that I've only seen on TV. That I go, maybe this would be even better if it was a movie theater. I saw Little Shop of Horrors a couple years ago in a movie theater, and oh my god, it was so much better. Pee-wee's Big Adventure I saw on a big screen. The Muppet movie, the original, those were all fantastic. And I do want to say I've made an appointment to watch a really little-known Scorsese movie called After Hours. If anyone has seen it, let me know how it is. I will watch it soon, but yes. Leo said Graham Linehan became an unhinged alt-right turf, and his wife divorced him because of it. Is his wife Cheryl Hines? Moving on. Josh said Christopher Lloyd made canned beans repugnant for me during Dennis the Menace. You can't even enjoy a nice, quaint dish of canned beans. Christine said, I'm not destitute, by the way. I'm just paranoid with an expired card. Okay, that's fair. Tom I thought Anna's House was canceled because of political donations. Yes. Yes, they are. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. That's why I stopped going there. Leo said, do you remember Triple H having a celebration and Randy Orton jumping out of the cake and throwing him into it? No, I don't. No, I absolutely do not. Christine said, we're going to Old Wrestling and the other show. Just go to Old Wrestling. Benjamin Power said, I forgot about Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. That's my favorite Christopher Lloyd role. Amanda said, go to a dispensary in Detroit. Well, yeah, okay. Good for you. I've lost my place. I'm getting it back. Everyone hang it. Oh, son of a bitch. We're so close. Let me figure this out. The chat's... there we go. Hunter said, hey, RJ, happy Sunday morning. How was it interviewing Minoru Suzuki on AEW? Horrifying. I swear to God, when I was finished, I was just covered in sweat. More so than I have ever been after any interview ever. I was so nervous about all of it, every facet of it. I could not believe we were doing it. Maureen said, is Colt Cabana going to be at Old Time Wrestling? I don't know. I'm not the booker. Josh said, are you and Minoru Suzuki best friends? Yeah, we text constantly. Amanda said, 1,000% suggest Old Wrestling too. It's the Thursday before SummerSlam. Aurora said, I love Christopher Lloyd. Is that spelling right? That's the correct spelling. Kendi said, the two movies that bothered me as a kid the most had Christopher Lloyd in it. I see a pattern. I still love him though. Oh my God. Thank you, Mass Sanity. Christopher Lloyd was a good Klingon in Star Trek 3. How could I forget? Why did he need to do that? Not necessary. Christine said Christopher Lloyd was randomly in an episode of The Mandalorian. It was great and weird. Also not necessary. James Vanderbeek said, speaking of Dennis the Menace, have you played the Super Nintendo game? I couldn't pass the first level. No, but I'll add it to my list. MSRT said, Effie will be at Old Wrestling. Sounds like fun. And you'll have a rootin' tootin' time when he's around. Mike said, Asteroid City is fantastic. Dr. Joey said, didn't Chris Jericho embarrass himself when he met Christopher Lloyd in Japan? I think he talked about it in his first book. Well, I'll have to go back and read it. Jeff said, are we talking about Christopher Lloyd? I was frozen today. Suburban Commando. How did I forget about Suburban Commando, where he's married to Shelley Duvall? Talk about a dream cast. 2/3 of it. Sammy said, yes, James. I could never get past the third level in Home Alone. They were ridiculously hard. Leo saw both Scooby-Doo movies in the cinema a few weeks ago. God bless. Kendi said, I saw Jaws and Jurassic Park at a drive-in last year. What a different experience. Leo said, does Cheryl Hines still follow you? Great question. Let me check. Let me check on Cheryl right here. How do I know so many people named Cheryl? Yes, she does. And I'm not going to make any further comments. Mass Annie said, I often check Fathom events to see what... I've lost my place. To see what classic movies are playing in theaters. I may go see Enter the Dragon next month. Well, isn't that nice? Maureen said, Goodfellas is my favorite watch in a theater. Wonderful. Brandon said, skip After Hours. Oh, no. Now you make me want to see it. Tony said, hey, RJ, when are you getting your All Elite card? I don't know. Upper Deck made me sign a bunch of shit. So maybe soon, maybe never. It's probably good to be like, if this guy does something significant, then we can do a card with him. I don't think it guarantees that I'm getting a card. Kurt said Christopher Lloyd and Roger Rabbit. That's how fucked up Christopher Lloyd's career is. That's how crazy it is that I listed like 3 amazing roles and then I totally forgot 8 amazing roles. These are significant movies. These are not obscure films. Carly said, how to downgrade my screen. I'm now listening to this on my bike. I'm so versatile. Hunter said, it was a great interview. So glad you got through it. Any chance we'll see you on Celebrity Family Feud again? Your appearance with David Arquette was hilarious. Hunter, usually when a person appears once on Celebrity Family Feud, they never appear again. That might be it for me. And I'm fine with that because we won. We really swept the board and then I cleaned up in Fast Money. I put up damn fine numbers. Tatanka couldn't touch those numbers when he was on. So if that's my only appearance on Celebrity Family Feud, I will gladly take it. Joshua said, do you have a favorite AEW interview? No, they're all my children. But certainly today, I'm basking in the glow of the Minoru Suzuki episode, which you must watch immediately. Rod said, I've seen After Hours and somehow get it confused with Into the Night, which are both great. I will look that one up after this. Christine said, we met Minoru before Forbidden Door. He grunted at my Sonata shirt. Hello, mother. Hello, father. What's that t-shirt? It's Sonata. Was anyone interested in my Alan Sherman New Japan crossover jokes? Was anyone hoping for one of those? SM said, I want to know what Minoru's reaction was when he walked onto the AEW set. I was too nervous. I was looking at my notes. I could barely look him in the eye. Joseph said, I've yet to see After Hours. I know it from the memes made about the he would just scream out scene. Yes. Neil said, are there some high-def Suzuki photos on their way? Yes, there fucking are. Hang tight. They usually post around 3 p.m. for a little afternoon plug. Red Dog said, I like the bean scene from the beginning of They Call Me Trinity. Much better than the Dennis the Menace bean scene. Are we talking about scenes about beans? What's that movie? It's got the Who in it. And it's got a whole scene with beans. Am I losing my mind? Miss Andy said, I was very surprised when I recently learned that Robert Duvall and Shelley Duvall are not. Who did? Oh my God. So Mantar passed away this week. And Nug, sweet Nug, dutifully informed me that Mantar and PN News were cousins. I cannot believe I've been on this earth this long looking up obscure wrestling shit, and I never knew that. It blew my mind, and now I want them to team together so badly. Cesar said, just saw your interview with Suzuki. Thank you. It was great. Thank you, Cesar. Nail said, I like when Tony Storm dresses like Christopher Lloyd in Roger Rabbit for her entrance. Well, don't tell me. Maureen said, did it really hurt when Moxley hit you? No, it was enjoyable, and it tickled, and I laughed. Josh said, Christopher Lloyd is a wizard. Miss Andy said, Christopher Lloyd was also great. And nobody. Leo said, what about going on the weakest link? Yeah, maybe 40 fucking years ago. Anyone who goes on the weakest link now ought to be ashamed of themselves. Jane Lynch? Really? Yeah, I said it. And I know who's on the weakest link. And I'm not ashamed to say it to their faces. Christine said, please don't smack yourself in the head like that. Yolanda said, we should be ashamed for not naming Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Seriously. Tony said, does anyone remember the Michael Jackson game on Sega Genesis? Yes, Moonwalker. It's actually not that bad. Aurora said, you were on Celebrity Family Feud when? I don't have the air date for you, but luckily for you, Aurora, you're on the internet, so you could just type it into the bar and hit search. Candy said, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the second movie that bothered me. It was a risk, mainly because Bob Hoskins played it so straight. Dr. Joey said, next time you see Chris Jericho, ask him about the time he pushed out telling Bono how he sold out and told him how awesome he was. Oh, okay. I did talk to Chris Jericho the other week because I saw that news article where as a teenager, he wrote news reports covering the AWA. And which is the greatest thing in the world to me. Christine said, just Five Guys and Alan Sherman. Leo said, I recognize that song from The Simpsons. I love like that and the yes guy. I love explaining to people that that's not actually from The Simpsons. Joshua said, can we get an Adam Cole, babe? I guess you can. Josh said, there's a great clip of Suzuki getting in Sarah Shockey's face of the wonderful Marty and Sarah podcast. I saw Hey W. I had it made me smile. Okay, great. Matt Sandy said Blazing Saddles has a good bean-related scene. Yolanda said, Tony, that was also fun playing. What? I don't know what we're talking about here. Typo said they censored the audio on the Blazing Saddles scene on TV as the farting was too obscene. So the scene is ruined because it's just men groaning in silence. Joseph said the weakest link for us on PS1 is a real hidden gem. Wow. Pogirl said, is it Tommy the Rock Opera with the Who? I don't think so. I think it's another one. MSRT, the Who sellout? What are we talking about now? Joshua said, who would you like to have on Hey W that you've not had yet? Any white whale? Well, Moxley, Punk, Jay White, Kenny, the Bucks, Sammy and Ty, Jake Roberts, Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, Stoke, Jerry Lynn, Jungle Boy, Cole Cabana. That's 13 people. Prince Nana, Brandon Cutler. That's 15 people, just off the top of my head. QTV. QT Marshall just did some fucked up crazy ass shit in Mexico. I was not expecting that. God bless him. Nail said there's a great behind the scenes blog of Family Feud, Dalton Castle's YouTube. Oh, I'm so far behind and the show's almost over. Christine said, anybody remember the Cabbage Patch Kids game? No, I don't. I have to play it. DJ said the Suzuki episode was like the restaurant scene in Good Father. Good Father. He's a good father. Godfather in terms of tension and then that payoff. What a production. Bless you. Dr. Joey said, is Moxley banned from AEW? No. That's not how I operate my show. I'm happy to have him on and look him in the eye. Leo said, Vern Gagne being introduced as the higher power in 1999. It was me, Nick Bockwinkel. It was me all along. Mia said, thank you, Yolanda, blah, 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 blah. Kurt said, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the first movie I ever saw on VHS. The VHS player was as big as 4 yellow pages glued together. God bless. I still have mine. I'm not going to throw it out. Jimmy Jacobs, Chris Hero. I could go all day. DJ said, very much looking forward to the Blood and Guts match, which is in Boston, Dynamite, because either the Elite win and that would be lovely, or the Combat Club beat them again. And that would be very funny. I don't think either result will be humorous. But Tony said, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a classic as well. Joey said a Stokely episode would be a masterpiece. Roderick Strong I need to have on the show. Tony said we still need House of Black on Hey. Of course. Nail said Tony and Prince Nana is going to be everyone's favorite, I swear. DJ said, have you watched any of the G1 as of yet? I have not. But I keep up with it. I haven't really sat down and watched it yet. Benjamin Power said Stoke would be amazing. Brian Cage seems like a good sport. Nigel McGuinness, Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, Sting. How the fuck did I forget about Sting? Joshua said, favorite line from Hey W was when you Helen hunted Tony Storm. And I won't specify exactly what that means. Well, generally speaking, so far, this has been the program. I will tell you. Oh, Matt Ryan did say Detroit pizza irks me. They say Detroit style pizza, and I guess that style is just shitty pizza. Oh my God, Sean Spears, Christian. There is plenty of fucking people. You do not worry about it. So that is pretty much the program. Let's get a final look at these. Oh, listen to that sound of me getting off this chair. It's the last time I sit on leather while doing one of these shows. There you go. There's the deal. Go watch the Minoru Suzuki episode. Go like it. Go comment. Go share. All that shit. Please, dear Lord, that man needs all your love. Or else he'll kill me.